Penny Eyles is a master continuity supervisor whose meticulous attention to detail ensures that the magic of cinema remains seamless. We're exploring her career, her impact on filmmaking, and the art of continuity supervision.
It used to be to make sense of the whole thing and to make it coherent. So it dealt with sort of accuracy and, your arm was moving at this point, you spoke after you'd done that. This is all the time when, there weren't hundreds of people sitting around watching what you were doing on television. This was just you and the cameraman. She would always take Polaroids of everything. So you'd do a shot and then there'd be a sort of flurry and you'd be moved out of the way while she took her photographs. She was very humane, very liberal, but very disciplined.
Penny was the production secretary of the BBC, and we were kids, basically. But we managed, by a mixture of cheek and kind of youthful disregard for hierarchy, to turn studio drama into films.
It was the start of everything, and it was just really interesting, very collaborative. You were involved in all sorts, and it was on a small scale. Penny was fabulous to work with because we're sort of terribly dependent on our continuity, script people, and she was really, really good.
Penny's job was invisible, yet her work was integral. A single missed detail could ruin a scene. Her dedication was unparalleled, making her one of the most sought-after professionals in the industry.
I think the first time was My Beautiful Laundrette. She was wonderful, and she would give you a lot of bollockings. There were endless times when she said, "You're making a mistake, you should be doing that and not that." And she would be truthful and go and do it better. She was just very thorough.
It's such an important part of our job, getting the continuity right, and to have someone to rely on who would always know. She just had a record of everything. She was just so incredibly reliable and solid. Directors must have been thrilled. She always watched their back. She knew what she was doing, and not everyone does.
The thing about Penn was, unlike me, who was, "Oh yes, and thank you," she was, "I don't think that's a very good take," or you know what I mean. She was rather strong, I think, and that's why directors trusted her.
Penny wasn't fierce when she was young. I think the absurdities of the film business brought out her natural waspiness and the capacity not to suffer fools gladly.
Over her incredible career, Penny worked on some of the most beloved films in cinematic history. She began her journey in the 1960s, working with Ken Loach on seminal films like Poor Cow, Kes, and Family Life, and her contributions only grew from there. Penny later teamed up with Terry Gilliam from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and later worked on Gilliam's Time Bandits and Brazil, and her ability to navigate these complex and often chaotic productions seemed unparalleled. Penny's collaboration with Stephen Frears became one of the most fruitful in British cinema. From Dangerous Liaison to Prick Up Your Ears, My Beautiful Laundrette, and The Queen, their 30-year partnership showcased the power of creative synergy. In The Queen, Penny's meticulous attention to detail helped bring the life of the intricate dynamics of the British monarchy, earning widespread acclaim for its authenticity and nuance. On Kes, Penny's ability to adapt to the challenging outdoor shoots was remarkable, and she captured everything in detail, even in the unpredictable weather conditions. Penny's final film, Philomena, marked the end of an extraordinary career. Her work on this heartfelt drama exemplified her lifelong dedication to bringing stories to the screen with precision and care. But Penny's precision was perhaps most seen in Nanny McPhee's Fantastic World, keeping the storytelling tight and engaging. Penny worked with some of the greatest directors in cinema history, including Roland Joliffe on The Killing Fields, Sally Porter on Orlando, and Robert Altman in Gosford Park. Her legacy is woven into the fabric of British and global cinema. Penny was more than a continuity supervisor. She was a guardian of stories. Her colleagues often remarked on her ability to hold an entire film in her head, making her indispensable to the directors she worked with.
Penny was the brightest spark you could imagine. She was always on the ball. She always found how to remind people this, remind them of that. You missed that bit out. What are you going to do about X or Y? And I welcome that because otherwise I'd miss it.
But her creative soul came out on location in the studio with a director who would sort of say to Penn, "What did you think?"
She just was so good at it that people had respect for her.
I remember when we did Liaison and she came to Paris and there were 2 American producers on it. They said, we've never seen anyone like this. They thought she was the best in the world.
Beginning of the 90s, we did a film called Hidden Agenda. And Penny was by this time was doing much bigger films than us, working very hard. We never quite were in sync again for another film, which I regret deeply because she's always been a friend and always a lifelong friend.
Penny Eyles may have been behind the scenes, but her work continues to shine on screen. From Kes to Philomena, her meticulous eye and unwavering commitment to her craft made her one of the greatest continuity supervisors in cinema history. She leaves behind a legacy of excellence and dedication that will inspire generations to come.